Dan, what are you doing back here?
Just looking at these reviews, man, for the review I did for you guys for that Superior Dragon.
Dude, that was like months ago.
Yeah, but like, I just want to see what people are saying, and I didn't want to read it at first, see what people said, and this is what they think. You are intolerable. Please do not ever appear in another video. Mostly love Gundam Planet reviews, but this one was hard to watch. Anyway, better luck next time.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. So I always wanted to do another review for you guys, but oh man, maybe it's not worth it. I'm so passionate about SDs and Gundam. It just sucks, man. It sucks.
Worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow.
Good evening. I returned with a new spin on a model I've been literally waiting years to do. Years. And with a new, they just had a new, like 20 new models announced today. From all new high grades and 20 new bear guys and a bunch of other stupid stuff. But they announced Reborn 100, Hama Hama, and a bunch of cool stuff from Double Zeta. And Double Zeta is my favorite series. Is it my favorite series? It's actually on it. Every day it changes, but right now Double Zeta is in my and my absolute most favorite Gundam of all time is Double Zeta Gundam. And with that said, they announced the Double Zeta Kotoki, which is finally for that, because that thing is ancient, and I hopefully all these old master grades get 2.0s or Kotokis or whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, the model I will be reviewing is not an SD. It's not vintage. It's not something like 4 people will probably purchase, but it's actually still a popular model because when we get them in, they're out the door. Is this big guy? Form Double Zeta. Honestly, my most favorite design ever. It is so tough. And forget about it. Seriously, forget it. And yeah, this is a nice big box. Shipped back in, what was it, 2003? The year 2000. Buying one of these bad boys, 6,000 yen, alright. You were probably king of the freaking, I don't know, king of, wherever you got it. So, seriously, thank God for Double Zeta, because it is tough. And, let's unbox this guy. One thing I love about the classic master grades, you always get that sweet thing. It's like, hang this up on your wall if you want. And here we go. Wow. Wow, wow, wowie. Wowie, wow, wow. Alright. So this, seriously, I don't even think we have time to film all this, but seam lines. More seam lines. More parts. Alright, I forgot. There's 3 freaking ships in Double Zeta. Cool. Oh! Classic Double Zeta, right there, the visor with the crown, all this mega thing. Oh, very nice. Jesus, dude, my God. All right, Now we're getting somewhere. That's for that little belt that connects to this backpack for that. Oh, perfect grade beam sabers. So Double Zeta and the XS are the only models I know that get these. Beefy boy. It's molded in the year 2000, so the color's meh. Where is it? Give me that stuff. Alright, a little sticker sheet, not bad. Alright, where is it? There it is. This is the piece everyone wants. There it is. There's your little shoulder cannon. And yeah, it's two freaking parts clunked together, which means one thing, seam line. Seam line, seam line, sling line. And for freak's sake, in the year 2016, 17, if the new model has a seam line on it, it's a failure. Come on, we got technology to ignore that. So hopefully, I'm forgiving this because it's year 2000. And yeah, wow, yep, yeah. All right, screws and washers. That's usually a good sign. That means it could. I'm sure this model could stand on its own. And yeah, thanks. This is 40 pages. This is as long as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. All right. Usually, for the guys at Gundam Planet, they what they do is they build a model, straight build, and they panel line it and panel line, do a top coat. Me, I love painting models. It's like my favorite hobby in the world, other than work. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a special on this for you. I will show you guys how it looks out of the box, straight built, and then you're gonna see what it looks like when you actually paint these models like models are supposed to be painted. Yeah, if you want a toy to play with, to pose it and whatnot, buy the Robot Spirits, the Double Zeta Enhanced, and then they have form of Double Zeta Robot Spirits, and yeah, you go pose it and do whatever you want with it. So it's good. And yeah, I built Double Zetas in the past, high grades. I built the original Phaz from the Sentinel line from the 80s. That was a nightmare. And I built the old 100 scale Double Zeta. And let me tell you, the one thing that does not change in all these Double Zetas is the head. The head usually does not look good. They never molded the head right. But you know what? I'm really hopeful for the Kitoki Double Zeta, and yeah. Stay tuned and see what happens. So I'm back. This is what it looks like right out of the box. For the year 2000, man, this is some crazy stuff going on here. It's a shame that they just took the mold from the Double Zeta Master Grade because it's a transformable Master Grade. For this, they don't want you to really transform. They just want you to slap this heavy armor on it and then have at it. So building it was like, I wish I had an inner frame more than, well, back then they really have an inner frame, just like something, because I have all these thrusters that are hidden in here that you won't be able to see. Even if I painted them, you still won't be able to see them because it's never coming off as armor. Now that I see this thing in person, like, I saw this once when Nick built it. He built the Phaz, and I liked it, he hated it, he still hates it. He actually hates this right now. He's actually recording this and saying how much he hates it. He says it's intimidating, but I'll make it look good. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to paint this model because I've been wanting to paint this forever. But I'm only going to use supplies, and everything, probably 95% of what I'm using is probably from Gundam Planet. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly I use to make it look very nice. It's huge. It's awesome. It's intimidating. Here it is, the size of a high grade. It just, come on, look at that. Another cool thing about this is they give you a core block inside that instead of using like transforming the little guy, this little guy right here, you could they give you a little core block, just stick it in there, and you know, they give you other parts that you got to take that off, and then this guy just falls apart, man. I gotta use a lot of glue. What else did they give me? Anything good? They give me a little judo, you know, a little judo's cool. Maybe I'll do a little guy here, a little there, you know, nice little intimidating thing. But yeah, now that I see this thing in person, like the Double Zeta versions, yeah, it's huge. I like it. You know, I got all these hidden missiles and stuff. See, more missiles. Needs paint, man. I hate to say this though, even though the Kitoki model will be coming out this year, I don't know if you're gonna get a full armor version because I'm still waiting for the Assault Buster expansion pack for the V2, so you know what? So this thing, Nick hates it. Nick hates it. Every time I sold one in the store when I used to work here, people were like, "Oh, I'm so excited for it," and they would come back and they just look at me like, "What was that?" I'm like, "Are you painting?" He's like, "No, I'm just gonna straight build it and put it on my shelf, you know, do a little top coat, little panel lining, you know." I'm like, "Dude, it's not happening. There's seam lines, seam lines, seam lines. There's a freaking seam line going right down there." So it's not really that big of a disappointment. You know, it's a disappointment. My dad, but that's for another time. Alright, they're waving to me, saying they're going like this right now to me, so I don't want to talk about it. Happy New Year from Gundam Planet. I'm sure they said that in the previous video, but it's been 2 months since my review of the straight build, so a lot's happened. We had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, New Year's, and so this model was, when I first, it took a lot to make it look like this. And I actually have all the supplies I used for this model that we all carry here, exception of like a few things, which I just, it's really easy. But anyway, the model, it's dated. If you want it to look good, you gotta paint it. People don't like painting. People are scared by it. As I said before, wait for the Katoki to come out, because it's gonna look good. People buy those models thinking they look good out of the box. That's the thing about those models. And the full armor, maybe you'll get one, maybe not. If not, whatever. But if you're looking for like a project you feel proud of, this is the model. So here it is. This is the Double Zeta, all painted, nice and beautiful and gorgeous and freaking different. My thing is, paint your models. Look at this thing. You see this shot from before? It thing looked like a toy. This looks good. Now people are saying, "Oh, you paint it, can you still pose it and play with it?" No. You're gonna scratch the paint, you're gonna ruin what you did. It's not worth it. You wanna play with it? As I said before, buy the robot spirits. Simple as that. So, here's what I'm gonna go by step by step. We sell these. These are God's gift, and these are dirt cheap. You wanna get rid of seam lines? This thing covered in seam lines. So you need one of these. And you need one of these. We sell all this stuff here. Extra thin. Get it in there. Get the seam lines. Get rid of them. It's time to become a man. Tackle the seam lines for frig's sake. And some of the seam lines are a little bigger. You might need a little more. Get the putty. We have the putty. And what we got? We have Mr. Mark Setter for all these water slide decals. These water slide decals I purchased from an Australian guy off eBay for $5, and it got here in a week. You can't beat that. Seriously, look it. Throw some decals on this. Bandai never made decals for this because this is an older model. They make the decals now for the newer ones. So that's that. Maybe you'll get in the, whatever, just get it from eBay, $5. Big deal. So yeah, setter and softer. And seriously, the colors I followed off this was from the manual. The manual, you know, it mentions Indie Blue. That color's been out of print for like 10 years, so Mr. Hobby came up with like all new Suzy Blue. I basically just replaced them with all the Beam Saber. I'm a big no against clear Beam Sabers. I like mine painted. It looks more bright, beautiful, gorgeous. This freaking toy. So a little fluorescent pink, a little white, very nice. The gray parts, the joints. I use Xeon Gray because it's a good color. Just appreciated it with a little black, a little GX black, dark iron. I use dark iron for the belt because it looks good. For the white, I use this, a little pre-shade with a little gray. Make it look nice. Give it some depth, give it some character. You can't, Jesus, I can't do this anymore. I can't, I'm so... I watch people paint models, it's killing me inside. They all look the same. Give it some uniqueness. Make it something cool. You know, typical colors. These are all just basic colors that we all carry. And that's all you really need. And I use clear black to give it a little more, you know, around the barrels and around the thrusters, to give it a little worn look out, because gives a little more, as I said, character. And biggest thing people I see do is they come in, they buy all the spray cans for the top coat, and I'm just like, it's really cool, really convenient for the top coat, but I don't like it because I like saving money in a way. You know, I'm already buying these expensive models. Why do I need to buy these expensive spray cans. I buy the paint and I thin them down myself, and then that's how I get this. And seriously, a little bottle of this goes a very long way if used right. So you gotta gloss it up, and then when you put the panel lining, and then that's it. And the panel lining is how I used in the previous thing I showed. I used a Tamiya that we cannot get, but maybe one day Tamiya will allow it in America. Until then, you're on your own. And for primer, it's my favorite stuff. I will never buy another can again, because this stuff saves me money and it goes a long way. And other than that, yeah. So back to the double Zeta. Look at this guy. Look how beautiful this freaking guy is. Isn't he gorgeous? Don't you want one now? Don't you want to be, wow, I could do this. Look at this freaking guy. He's huge. It's huge. And it's double Zeta. What's wrong with double Zeta? Nothing. Look at, I painted little judo. I got a little judo. I got a little core fighter. Look at this thing. Don't you want to, like, alright. Here's a little lesson from me. From your good friend Dan. Danny Gunpla here. Let me tell you something. You're hanging out with the girl at the bar. You say, hey, you want to come back? I got some drinks. Hang out. You come in. You woo the ladies. But like, damn, what is that? I'm like, yo, that's my double Zeta. That's my. So, my God, look at this freaking guy. I can't get over it. Double Zeta. Double Zeta. Double Zeta. Greatest Gundam of all time. The toughest looking Gundam of all time. The meanest Gundam of all time. And also, he falls apart. So, I hope you like super glue. Zap glue. Glue that stuff, because this guy's gonna fall apart on you. So, yeah. Do I recommend it? If you want a challenge? Yeah. So, if you want something beastly? Yeah. If not, wait for the Katoki to come out. But if not, if they don't have a full armor, here's the best. This is it for you. So, double Zeta. And, yeah.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. Picky, baby girl. Come on.
5,000.
Detonator.
Finish him.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two.
If you guys really like this video, give us a comment. Anything else you want to see? Do you want me to do more of these for you? Want me to paint more models? Please. But the thing with me, don't ask me to paint a freaking Strike Freedom. It's never gonna happen. You have an idea like, oh, maybe something older, like, how about like the GOG or something really cool and unique. You know, maybe an old vintage kit. I'll do it. But seriously, keep me away from those things with the angles pointing out. Freedom and Destiny and... not happening. Anyway, there you go. Follow me at Danny Gunpla on Instagram. Thanks.
Shameless self-promotion.
Of course, plugs. How was that? Was that alright?
I think it was good.
Yeah.